Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie z tej strony Korle i zapraszam na kolejną część przygód w grze Kingdom Come 2.
That is, almost.
Almost a nobleman, sir?
It's, well, a little complicated. Basically, my father, God rest his soul, bequeathed his estates to me when I come of age.
Ah, what's complicated about that, sir?
Nothing. And everything. But the thing is, it's up to a bunch of nobles that my father appointed to decide when I'm of age.
You seem quite adult to me, sir.
Yeah, I should think so. But they keep dragging their heels about it. They'd have to meet up to decide. And it's either, oh, it's too far to travel, or some are on their last legs and they just don't want to do it. If things were normal, I could present my claim to the king and he'd confirm my adulthood. Only our king is being held captive in Austria by his own brother, and I'm still the almost Lord of Ratai.
Our king is locked up?
Yes. Sigismund had him abducted. Have you not heard of it? My word, what kind of backwater do you live in?
Well, right here, in the woods near Shelioth. Almost noble, sir.
Ah, yes, quite. Please excuse me. I meant no offense. It was, you know, just a turn of phrase, so to speak. Literally.
Czekaj, Janie, chyba musimy ratować tu jego
Look
PR.
who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us!
No pewnie. To tak koło Pauliny możemy? Cześć,
Good
Paulina.
morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
No dobrze, żeby nie przedłużać, pan Jan został pojmany przez kumanów.
There was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a Cuman patrol.
Humans?
Żadnych krwi zwyrodnialców. Mam nadzieję, że to nie rodzina. Najemnicy z węgierskich stron. Może tak.
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were two.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Townburg.
For Townburg? What was that about then?
Ło, żeby nie przedłużać, tak. Ale w sumie mnichem też poniekąd jesteśmy, takim jednodniowym, ale coś tam wiemy, jak to działa.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Tarnberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Oj tak, jak go pobiłeś, dzięki za to targanie mnie tutaj. Kurczę, no najpierw podziękujmy.
No, true. I'll never forget you for dragging me all the way here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bozhena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bozhena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Dobrze, ty, panie, chcesz jeszcze pogadać, czy... A, ty już... Oho.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then he shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us. But I understand. Next time I'll come straight home, so you're not on your own so much. If anyone comes here again threatening you, I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing you wasn't here. They'd catch you, and I dread to think what they'd do with you.
They'd never catch me. You know I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
True enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me. But you know how it is. The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got Growler, and he won't leave us in the lurch.
True. That animal is God's gift. Time to do something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank you, Pawlena. I don't know what I'd do without you.
No, dziewczyny, nauczysz nas strzelać z łuku? Ło, możemy pogadać jeszcze. No myślę, że pogadamy. Jak ktoś by szukał gdzie, co, jak, to można przeskoczyć do przodu na filmie, ale przyznam, że te dyskusje są na tyle ciekawe, a to się nie zdarza często w grach, że chętnie ich przepytam.
Are you managing here all right?
We don't complain. We mostly live off the woods, and when we need something else, we buy it or get it from the villagers. Mostly, I weave baskets. And me and Ma brew ointments and potions. Then I go around the villages selling them, or I barter them for stuff we need. Sometimes folk come here to us, when it's something serious.
How come you live here and not in the village?
Oh, that's hard to explain. It's just the way things turned out. And Ma and... Look, that's our affair, and we won't talk about it. Sorry.
Tajemnice, no ładnie.
Is anything interesting happening around these parts?
Them bandits is riding roughshod over the place. It's about time Lord von Burgau rousted them out. But I reckon you know something about that, huh?
You got that right.
And there's to be a big wedding. Young Lord Semon's gonna marry the daughter of the bailiff of Troskowitz, Thrush. That's the biggest thing happening. Apart from that... A band of nomads turned up here. They got a camp somewhere down by the pond.
Gorzej jak córkę poznaliśmy już nad jeziorem. Umiesz strzelać?
You said you'd shoot arrows at the Cumans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there, on the cliff, whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves. If they'd let me take part in the tournament at Trusky Castle, I'd beat all the men hands down. But that'll never happen. So I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin. Take care then.
Może coś się zmieni. No właśnie, a my przyszliśmy tu zjeść śniadanie. Gdzie to jedzenie? Cześć Bożena. Co tak sama? Pozbyłem się zwłok, o.
Well done. I got rid of that corpse for you.
God bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Czekaj, Bożena. Słuchaj, powiedz coś jeszcze o tej okolicy.
Can you tell me something about these parts?
What can I say? The village of Sheleov is nearby, and close to it there's a big traveller's inn. And to the north of Sheleov is Tachov. They've got a blacksmith's there, and a small tavern. There's no love lost between the folks from Sheleov and Tachov. They're always out to spite each other. Some dispute about some meadow.
O, to do Tarkowa się wybierzemy. Coś jeszcze? No właśnie, ale ta wiedza może nam się przydać później w dyskusji.
Well, I don't suppose those are the only villages around here.
It ain't far from Sheleov to Semin. Sir Jan, the owner, he got a big stud farm with fine horses, and down by the water, a mill. The biggest village in these parts is Troskowitz, what lies at the foot of the castle. The local bailiff has his seat there, and there's a tavern too. Then there's Nabakov Fortress, Sir Yaromir's seat. There's a mill at the foot of it. But Pawlena knows more gossip about folk around here. She goes out and about. I stay home these days and hardly meet a soul.
How come you live out here?
That's just the way it is. It's for me to know, and you to find out.
Ah. All right. I won't pry.
Czarownice.
What about those armed men who came here?
Damned if I know. I just hope they don't show up here again. Take care, my friend.
A ten co się tak tu niecierpliwi?
Pardon me.
Przepraszam, też przepraszam. Paulina nie jest w stanie rozszerzyć tej wiadomości. Ja wiem, widzę cię, ptaszek, ale tak, jeszcze potrzebuję tutaj chwilę z alchemią. Nie będziemy ważyć, ale zobaczę, jakie rośliny są nam potrzebne na tego sznapsa, żeby wiedzieć, z czym tam później w przyszłości, czytaj, przyjść. Odwar z rumianku. Rumianek nas nie... A czemu nie możemy? Następna poprzednia. Aj, nie przyzwyczaję się do tego długiego escape. Dobra, to moment. Możemy sobie przeczytać to gdzieś tutaj? Materiały, książki. O. Ucz się. A, to my musimy dopiero się nauczyć. Nauczyłem się nowego przepisu. Chcesz go zobaczyć w książce? Tak, tak, zdecydowanie. I co jest potrzebne? Wino, no to mamy standardowo pokrzywa i wilcza jagoda. No nic, będziemy się temu przyglądać. Jeszcze nim ruszymy dalej, bo to było jedzenie podane do stołu. Nie zjedliśmy tego śniadania w końcu. Możemy zajrzeć do gara, jedz z gara, nalej wywaru. A to... Mam nadzieję, że nikt nie ma nic przeciwko, że sobie tutaj jemy. Dobra, a nalej wywaru to do czego? A, nie mamy do czego nalać. To jeszcze raz i zmykamy. Co tam dla takiego chłopa, takie te 2 łyżeczki, no. Panie Janie. Aj, moglibyśmy poćwiczyć.
Get to the castle before dark.
Dobra, dobra, zamek może poczekać, nie zając. A jak nawet
Finally.
zając, to Paulinę
Where do you
ustrzeli.
keep dallying?
My apologies, sir. I'm here now. We can get going.
Henry, don't provoke me.
I don't think Trotsky Castle is going to go anywhere. So what's the rush for all of a sudden?
We have a crucial mission, and things are already fucked up quite enough. I intend to return to Ratai with good news and to do it quickly. Let's go!
O, a co z resztą? Musimy wrócić po orzecha. Nad stałem widziałem Tota. Nie będziemy o tym mieczu znowu przypominać. Co z resztą mów?
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
Widziałem go, nie wierzysz mi? Wiem, że brzmi dziwnie, no jakby nie patrzeć, różne dziwne rzeczy mówiliśmy poprzedniej nocy. Wiem, że to brzmi dziwnie.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. You're still my protector, though. So you need a weapon right away. Here you go. You never know.
Co nam dasz? Patyk z kupą czy pokrzywę? Skąd to wziąłeś? Dzięki Akordelas. Skąd to masz?
Where'd you get it?
I found it in the dung pile. Must have belonged to the fellow I brawled with that night we got here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way. hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa. Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Wracamy na Rataję, przebieramy się i wracamy tutaj, tak? Musimy odzyskać list, zawsze możemy wrócić. O, najpierw musisz się umyć i przebrać. Może tak, po kolei.
Well, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
Musimy zarobić, wróćmy do Ratajew. Nie, po kolei. Zaróbmy pieniądze, będzie zabawnie. Wiesz co to praca?
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
Masz rację, Hanusz by zrozumiał, jaki wstyd. Hanusz by zrozumiał.
I'm sure Sir Hanush would understand.
He might, but he'd never let me forget it. I can guarantee you that. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
Nie jesteś winien, wrócimy.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
What's that woman from the pond?
Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
To ja, zachowaj, wybaczcie, że przeszkadzam. Ja cię znam. Widzieliśmy się... O, tylko gorzej jak ona pomyśli...
Jesus, fella.
Gorzej jak ona pomyśli, że jesteśmy tym bandytą.
Youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Mamy się w Bali. Pogadamy zaraz sobie tutaj szczerze, nie? No to tak, jeszcze by się do nas nie przyznała i tyle by z tego było. Jak tu się wszyscy myją w tej wodzie, pan Ptaszek się to mył, to ja wolę nie myśleć, na ile ona jest czysta.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha. So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Czekaj, pogadajmy, dziewczyno. No.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
Nie. Ja nie czyszczę. Napadli cię bandyci. Widzieliśmy się nad
We
stawem.
saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Siostra?
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
Kurczę, no. Takich oczu przecież bym nie zapomniał. Nie przyznaje się do nas, czy co? Odwróciłem ich uwagę.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you. Helping some unfortunate girl. But it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Health, lads. That's the most important thing. Enjoy yours while you've still got it.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Sobie to nie zjedliśmy jeszcze, ale zawsze jestem gotowy.
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you'll work your debt off, like I said.
Dobra, nie może poczekać, nie będzie czekać. Musimy zarobić też jakaś to. Zabierzemy się za robotę, żeby coś do CV chociaż było, no.
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house, but as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Dobra, taka praca, zrobimy
All
to.
right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Kurczę, w sumie i ze Skalicy, i z Ratajów to, ale to chyba aż w takie szczegóły nie musimy wchodzić. From Rataj. Tylko pytanie, czy ona nie wygada tego gdzieś.
Ratai.
Ratai. Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back of me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Wow, słyszałem coś o weselu, może poczekać. Jak się tutaj żyje? Pogadajmy.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Przykro, gdzie znajdę pracę? Czy w Wągberg? Nie. Przykro mi, przede wszystkim przykro.
I'm sorry.
Well, can't be helped. Let's hope things get better.
Jak widać, nasze wybory w rozmowie wpływają też na reputację, więc czasem warto powiedzieć coś więcej miłego. To jedyna gospodarka. W życiu też warto mówić, nawet bez względu na reputację, żeby nie było. W każdym razie, gdzie tu znajdę pracę?
Where can I find work around these parts?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Nawet znamy jednego. To jedyna gospoda?
Is this the only tavern here?
In Truskowitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
To widzę, że nie zapomina. Gdzie mamy zanieść worki? No w sumie mówiła, no niech będzie. Nie. Mówiła, gdzie mamy zanieść. Słyszałem coś o weselu.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskowitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Dobra, o, nauczyłeś się, małżeństwo u szlachty. Wykorzystamy to. Czy pan von Bergow będzie?
Will Lord von Bergov be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
No, znając życie, to i nasz pan Jan do tego dołączy.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Dobra, może pobijemy się, dobra.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Here it comes.
Czyli tak. Ojej. A ty jeszcze coś zamawiasz? Chłopie, nie odpracujesz tego.
I can't do it.
To chyba nie jest.
We could come up with a plan to take her away. Somewhere she's out of sight. You know, so she's safe.
Butcher? Safe?
To chyba nie ten, kogo szukamy. No i teraz się zastanawiam, a jak wygląda kwestia naszych misji? O, Cordelas możemy wziąć do ręki. Dziennik. Czy coś jest opcjonalne? No właśnie, dowiedz się więcej o weselu. No bo tutaj tak patrzę, żeby nas nie ominęło coś, ale widzę, że praca nie ucieknie. Gdzie ona te worki? Gdzieś na jakimś wozie coś miało być. Mieliśmy w kącie rzucać, żeby zgniło. Czy jak to tam było? Halo, wory. Do stodoły, a może tu mamy je przynieść? Co jest? To tu? To nie jest włamanie, tak? Tu mieliśmy chyba to znosić. O! Wygląda jak miejsce. Wysusz. No i spoko. Siema, chcecie pogadać? Parobek nie bardzo. Gosposia? Nie ma rozmów. Może i dobrze, że tu nie każdy jest chętny na rozmowach. Tu mamy te worki. Okej, o ten wóz chodziło. Chcesz pogadać? Co tu tak sterczysz? Nie, to nie jest za miłe. Dobra, nie będziemy go męczyć. Bierzemy wory. Ej, kolego? Czy co? Weź tu zrzuć tę burtę. Co tu tak
What are you
sterczysz?
standing here for? I'm waiting. I'm paid to transport loads, not to haul them on my back. The cart won't unload itself, will it?
Dobra, ja go rozładuję.
No, that's a stroke of luck. I'm just looking for a job myself. How about I haul those sacks? It's all the same to me. Go and talk to the innkeeper about it. Did the innkeeper send you for the sacks?
A to my już nie gadaliśmy o tych workach? To jeszcze inne worki? Ile tu macie worków do rozładowania? Słuchaj. Oberżystka. Co do wesela? Gdzie mam zanieść? Co mówiliście o kowalu? Nie. Gdzie mam zanieść worki?
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
A, to
Go and
dlatego.
start with those sacks.
Nice and steady. So you don't do your backing.
To dlatego. Gra z nami ktoś w kości? Odkryłeś kości, bardzo dobrze. I nie możemy się zabrać za robotę, bo pewnie sami nie pozwolą nam na to. Mamy z panem Ptaszkiem podejść tam do wozu. No dobra, zobaczmy co tu jeszcze. Gdzieś spiżarnia, drugie drzwi miały być, ale to domyślam się, że o te chodzi, tak? To nie jest jako włamanie. Co się dzieje? Żeby nas tu nie przegonili, tak? No ona tu coś mówiła na jakieś deski. Halo? Pan Ptaszek. Zaraz zejdziemy do niego. Myślę, że warto wykorzystać chwilę na małe rozeznanie sytuacji. Liczę, że nie pomyliłem drzwi. Bo mogłoby wyjść to tak dość nieuprzejmie z naszej strony. Jeszcze poszedłbym pogadać o weselu tam za moment. Możemy to dokończyć? Dokończymy później. No cześć panowie. Znając życie, nie będą chcieli z nami pogadać. No ale niech będzie.
Are you the bailiff, son?
Hi, that's me. Who are you?
Ojej, Henryk ze Skalicy. Jesteśmy posłańcami z Ratajów. Wow. Henryk po prostu ze Skalicy, jak Geralt z Rivii.
I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dvorets.
That's a long name. I'll probably forget after a few tankards anyway. What do you want? You don't think you're gonna wangle some coin out of me, do you?
No, no. I'll just have a couple of questions.
Ask away. I have plenty of time.
Skoro tak, co się dzieje może?
What's going on here in the region apart from that?
Apart from the bandits, nothing much. Life's peaceful enough. The war has steered clear of us, thankfully. Lord von Berghoff is respected throughout the kingdom. But high politics is nothing for me. I don't stick my nose into it.
Dobra, koniec tej nudy. Muszę się dostać na wesele.
I heard there's going to be a big wedding in these parts.
Aye, that's true. My sister is marrying young Lord Semin. A big affair. Guests from the whole region will come. Maybe from as far away as Gutenberg. Even von Berghoff will come. That's how important our family is.
Look, I need to pass on an important message to von Berghoff, but I can't get into the castle because of what happened to us. Do you think you could...
Invite you? Not a chance. I don't know you from Adam.
It would only be for a while.
Look, loads of lackeys like you will be needed at the wedding. Try asking for a job. I'm not saying you're sure to get to von Berghoff that way, but you can try.
Tu ma szansę się udać. Na pewno znasz młodego.
You must know young Lord Semin, don't you?
Aye, he's a close friend, although he's been acting a bit odd recently.
Odd? Odd how?
He spends more time in the woods than at home, always riding off somewhere and doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe he'll be his old self after the wedding.
Może wieczór kawalerski mu zorganizujemy. To co
I'd
do
like to ask
wesela.
about the wedding again.
No, I'm not inviting you. Forget it.
Thanks. I have to be off.
Wait a moment. Since you're here, do you play dice? It occurred to me we could roll a few. What do you say?
I've got nothing to wager.
That's a shame. It's no fun if there's nothing at stake. You know what? If you beat me, we'll work something out with the wedding.
You'd invite us, you mean?
You'd have to beat me first. And that's not going to happen.
We'll see about that. Let's play.
You really are desperate to get to the wedding, huh? I'll be with you.
W sumie to nie wiem, co możemy przegrać, ale niech będzie.
Best player win.
Zaraz zobaczymy, jakie on ma kości, ale póki co 1, 2, 3, dwie szóstki, a tak dobrze szło. 1, 2, no niewiele zabrakło. To co, oznaczamy jedynkę, 1, 2, 3, no nie, 6, 5. No dobra, ale jedynkę zapisz i kontynuuj. Lepiej nie będzie na ten moment, a dobrze mieć dużo kości, z nich coś wyciągniemy jeszcze. O, skucha. A, dobrze, nie ma złotych kości, żadnych takich czy srebrnych, więc może nie będzie tak źle. Skuś baba na dziada, już mi się przypomina, jak to działało. Łej, ale on oszukuje, no to tak nie można. No.
God, I'm done.
O! Ach, jedno więcej jakby, ale to i tak z tego coś wyciągniemy ładnie. Tak może być. I tam w sumie tyle wystarczy. Zapisz, rezygnuj. No nara.
My God.
Bloody hell. You've played before. Admit it.
True. I can't deny it.
Thank God we weren't playing for coin. You'd have cleaned me out.
Well, we were playing for something else. So I hope you're going to keep your word.
Well, it's not that easy, you know. I can't just invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Only my old man can do that.
You were lying then?
A bit. But look on the bright side. We had a game, and you didn't lose anything.
Yeah, I didn't win anything either.
You can still get to the wedding as a lackey. If you make an effort.
Kurka, mogłem przyjść z pieniędzmi. Może byśmy chociaż je przemnożyli. No cóż, możemy pogadać? Pochwalony. Też pochwalony. Pochwalmy wszystkich. O, a młynarz robota. Oj, najgorzej. No ten to Skalicę może kojarzy. Uciekłem ze Skalicy, jesteśmy posłańcami z Ratajów, nie jestem stąd. No, Skalica, chociaż to bardziej pod Ratajami był ten nasz wuja młynarz. Nie jestem stąd.
Well, I'm not from around here. I'm just an ordinary tradesman who minds his own business.
An ordinary tradesman, you say?
I find that hard to believe. Me and Crazel have had our eye on you for a while now.
You look like beggars, but you talk like learned fellows. You two are an odd pair, all right.
Do me a favor. It's obvious they're two hard-up students. Or apprentices. What do they call you, lad?
Chociaż tyle. Henryk ze Skalicy.
Henry of Skalitz.
Fancy yourself a noble, it seems.
So, Henry, what was it you were after?
Since you've joined us.
Przypadek, chciałem tylko pozdrowić. Szukam pracy, dowiedzieć się czegoś o okolicy.
I haven't been here before, and I'd like to learn something about this region.
What's there to say? It's not a bad place to live.
It's usually peaceful, thank God. I don't like too much excitement.
You've got good reason to hide, I reckon.
That's enough of your mudslinging. It's actually good to live in an estate where the Lord's away most of the time.
That's true. Just a couple of villages, rocks, fields, not even a church worth the name, in fact. That's despite Otto van Burgo being one of the kingdom's most powerful nobles. The darkest place is under the candlestick, as they say.
When his lordship isn't in these parts, his chamberlain stands in for him. Ulrich von Schomburg's his name.
I saw him on the gate tower when he sent us packing like beggars.
Aye, he's a right haughty bastard. On the other hand, he can be negotiated with.
If you can get to him.
Dobra, co do trosk.
So it's peaceful here. Is that all?
Aye. Except there's more trade right now because of the wedding.
But we'll be back to our old ways in a month from now, thank God.
No, młynarze to na pewno mają roboty, jak to przyjezdni sami. Szukam pracy. Co wiecie o weselu? O.
I heard there's going to be a big wedding in these parts. What do you know about it?
That's right. A big affair in Samin.
Everyone wants to go.
And anyone who's not invited is trying to worm their way in somehow. Not me, though. I couldn't give a toss.
Because you weren't invited, eh?
Of course I was invited. But what do I care about young Samin and the bailiff's lass? We're all just playthings in God's hands. One day, our earthly bonds will vanish in time, like smoke.
Trying to sound clever again, are you, Crazel?
All I'm saying is that these petty affairs of men leave me cold.
So that, it's going to be big. Even Lord von Burgo himself is going to be at the wedding. And he hardly ever shows his face in public.
Skoro tak, czy ktoś niezaproszony może wziąć udział? Można się jakoś dostać? Jak mogę wziąć udział?
Would it be possible to get to von Burgov, even though he keeps his distance from people?
I don't know. He's either locked away in his castle or traveling somewhere. And he's powerful and important. So the only chance of meeting him is at the wedding. At least for us who are invited.
And everybody will want something from him. He'll be dancing for joy, I can tell you.
No dobra. Czy ktoś nieproszony może wziąć udział?
Could someone get to the wedding without an invitation?
Someone? You mean? Forget it, looking like that.
Well, I think it might be possible, using certain methods. Play of light and shadow, a cloak as black as night.
What are you going on about? More Miller's witchery?
All right. I won't say another word.
Semin's bound to keep a damn close eye on his big day, so you won't get in without an invitation.
So, how can I get to the wedding?
The best thing would be to find a job that'll be needed there.
Aye. There's always lots of hands needed at a wedding. As the hours pass and the guests raise their goblets, they'll lower their guard.
Widzę, że czuję okazję. Szukam pracy.
I'm looking for work.
And what can you do?
I can do a lot of things. But mainly, I'm a blacksmith.
Bugger me. A blacksmith, you say? That makes two of us. And my apprentices have just vanished along with my goods, the bastards, when I'm swamped with work. If you're not talking shit and you can wield a hammer, we'll shake on it. And if you prove your worth, I'll even take you to that wedding.
Why would you work at a forge? Come and work for me at the mill. It's a cleaner job and easier. And I can get you to that wedding too.
Leave it out, you rogue. I asked him first.
Wolę kuźnię, wolę młyn? Przemyślę to, jeszcze to przemyślę, chociaż wiem, z czym młyn się wiąże, więc przemyślę
Interesting
to.
offers. I'll have a think about it.
Don't leave it too fucking long, or it might be too late.
If you're after more than just brute force and fire, you'll find me in Lower Samin.
And me in Takov.
Dobra.
I've got to be going.
Wait, there's something else I want to ask. What's your story? Are you students? Apprentices?
You ain't, are you? You look too scruffy.
We're messengers who were supposed to deliver a letter to Sir Otto von Berghoff. We set up camp down by the pond, and in the evening we were attacked by bandits. They slaughtered our men. It was only through luck that we saved our skins. We lost everything, even the letter. So they wouldn't let us into the castle.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'd send you packing myself. But it's true, there's bandits marauding in these parts. They're getting bolder and bolder. Even attacked a patrol from the castle recently.
Aye, these are evil times. Nothing ever happened like that in King Charles's day.
Farewell then, Henry.
Farewell.
Z Bogiem. To z tą robotą myślę, że jeszcze wrócimy, ale to rozumiem, że w temacie wesela wiemy już wszystko. Pozdrów Maresza. A z wami możemy, Henrychu? Dzień dobry. Cheers. No to tych nie będziemy... O! Good day. Słuchaj ty, postaw nam zupę chociaż. Nie postawi. A to złodziej, a to złodziej. No dobrze, myślę, że za robotę weźmiemy się już w kolejnym odcinku. Zagadamy do pana Jana i powiemy mu, jak sytuacja wygląda. Wybierzemy też, może przed tą rozmową nawet, nasz kierunek, jeżeli chodzi o pracę, ale wydaje mi się, że Kowal będzie o tyle ciekawszy, że robota uczciwa, chociaż ciężka. Młynarz? Wiemy z jedynki, jak to działa, a jeżeli ktoś nie wie, to tylko powiem, że prawdopodobnie chodzi o kradzieże i tego typu rozwiązania, więc to też zależy, jaką ścieżkę chcielibyśmy obrać. Dzięki za to, że jesteście, dzięki za to, że gramy razem. Grał z wami Korle, trzymajcie się, hej hej.